I would like to talk about a dream I saw long time before the USA elections, and the dream is about Mr. Trump and his wife. I am a lucid dreamer, and I have talked about my lucid dreaming psychic abilities and how I see people and events in my dreams, and I collect my lucid dreaming and add all this information in my books, my articles, my poems. I've seen so many well-known people in my dreams, and I have talked with them in several occasions. In fact, I do not talk that much about my dreams. I mostly like to write them down and use all this information for articles that are, let's say, spiritual counseling for people out there. So I watched all this activity, the dreaming activity, happening in one of my dreams. I can't remember the date, but it doesn't matter. I was in somewhere, I believe it was my country, Greece, because the place was so familiar. It is a typical Greek environment. Actually, it was a place like a cave. It mostly reminds me of the area in Athens where I live, and especially in Acropolis, underneath Acropolis, under the cliff of Acropolis and Parthenon. There are many caves underneath the Acropolis, and this cave, the outside was made by marble, and it was a white marble. Outside the cave, there were borders, iron borders, and the borders were keeping people, journalists, citizens, so many people who were waiting to move through the entrance and meet with Mr. Trump. There were gatekeepers or guardians, and when I reached the gate, I wasn't alone. I was followed by my guardian angel or spiritual guide. I was protected. It was a really cool situation because when I reached the entrance, the gatekeepers opened the entrance for me, and I moved towards Mr. Trump. He was in front of the next entrance that was behind him in a cave. Next to him were studying his wife, Melanie. She wasn't that tall, and her hair was darkest than what we see in videos. She was silent. I never heard her talking. And he, Mr. Trump, was taller. He was younger. He had something that was like an aurora around him or energy field. He was glamorous. So when I approached him, I think we talked about various topics which I can't remember what was about. I think I spoke to him in English, and then I realized there was a huge table outside the cave. We were standing outside the cave. They never allowed me to go inside the cave, but the entrance was an iron gate. It looked like a base or a shelter, but they never let me go in. On the table that was made of marble, like the cave, there were documentations, maps, things that they showed it to me, but I can't remember what they showed to me. I can't remember the type of documentation. They kept talking to me. I think everything has gone to my subconscious for a reason, like always happening in my dreams. And he was very happy. He was, civil and noble. And then the gatekeepers took me and my guardian angel, and they led us to another gate, and we went away, not through the crowd that was standing outside the first entrance. We went to the back of the cave. Then we separated, me and my guardian angel. I remained alone. And I said, I want to go back, but I have to take another way. So I climbed the wall. There was a fence beyond the wall. I climbed the fence and I went from the back side of the cave in order to find another way to go inside the cave. And then I stopped dreaming and I woke up. And all this dream is so strange, not creepy, not horror. I felt safe. And the most important part of the dream is that I was chosen and lent to go inside the cave and meet that person and talk with that person or with that entity secretly away from the crowd. If you have any comment, please share it with us so we can interpret this dream and give another meaning of this lucid dreaming.